The following is an excerpt from Adventures in Grey Polyester, Volume 1, Ignorance, Ineptitude, and Indecency Inside the World of Hotel Security. The excerpt is entitled, She Licked My Ear. I have a fair amount of experience dealing with drunk people. My time bartending and bar hopping with my uncles led me to have a decent understanding of what to do with the intoxicated masses, for the most part anyway. And it served me fairly well during my time in security. What to do with a drunk deals largely on what kind of drunk you're dealing with, and there are a few different kinds. The happy drunk. They don't normally cause trouble and are reasonable, or as reasonable as a drunk can be. The angry drunk will cause problems and sometimes cannot be talked down. Best case is to try and make leaving their idea. The horny drunk. This depends on your relationship status, really. For me, this has been a do not engage for quite some time. The intellectual drunk. Won't cause trouble usually. Sometimes angry drunks cause trouble because of them, though. The clown drunk. You may have to pick him up or tell him to cut the shit. Imagine dealing with a teenage brother after you've hit your mid-20s. The childhood trauma drunk. Personally, I avoid these at all costs. I got enough of my own shit, and I don't need to hear about yours. Sorry, not sorry. The depressed drunk is going to sit in a corner alone and possibly cry, but won't be a problem unless someone else decides to make one. Now, these are oversimplifications, of course, but you get the drift. I dealt with more drunks at the Art Evans Hotel than I ever did while bartending. Yeah, you read that right. So, one night after the bar had closed, I was standing at the desk talking to Selma when I heard talking and laughing, so I looked over into the lobby where the noise was coming from. There I saw come into view two people, both young, a drunk young man in a black tux and a drunk young woman in a blue dress, which allowed me to identify her as a bridesmaid from the wedding earlier in the evening. She was laughing and carrying on while standing on a hotel luggage cart which the man was pushing. They were having fun, and I'm all for fun. Ask anyone who knows me, and they will tell you that I am Mr. Fun. If they don't, then they probably can't take a joke, but I digress. Problem is, this was not the safest activity, and I needed to make them stop. So I told Selma, I'll be right back. I walked over towards them. Once they saw me, the guy's face became a little worried, but hers did not. She just kept giggling. I got close enough that I could speak quietly to them. After all, I'm not trying to be a jerk or intimidate. I just need them to stop. Before I can say anything, though, the girl cocks her head like a damn psycho and says, "Uh-oh, I'm in trouble." And what could be described as a Harley Quinn impersonation. I chuckled and said, No, nobody is in trouble, but this is dangerous and I can't have you guys doing it. The guy kind of stumbled and fumbled his words out of, I'd say, more nerves than inebriation. Sorry, she made me do it. My initial thought, not going to lie, was this guy's a bitch. But I maintained professionality and spoke to him because the chick on the cart was swaying her head around like a snake and didn't seem at all coherent. Look, bud, I'm not looking for anyone to be in trouble. Don't care whose fault it is. You guys just go on and take your little party upstairs and enjoy your night. Oh, the last word was supposed to be okay. But I didn't actually get that word out, as I had mistakenly allowed myself to get too close and was not paying enough attention to the snake lady. Because as I was talking to him, she turned her back to me, proceeded to lean her head back onto my shoulder and stick her tongue up, licking the bottom of my earlobe in what passes for a seductive manner when you're that drunk. Shocked doesn't really cover it. I very calmly took a big step backwards as she giggled like a crazy person. I looked at him, and he seemed far paler than he had previously, and I said, "You guys need to go up to your rooms now." He came around and took her hand. "Come on, let's go." She stumbled out with her mischievous grin, saying, "I was just having a little fun." She made sure to turn her head and make eye contact with me as she said "a little fun," and honestly, part of me felt bad for the guy, because he was having to deal with behavior like this out of what I was assuming was his girlfriend. But all the same, I was glad when they were gone, and I returned the luggage rack to its proper place before returning myself to the front desk where Selma looked at me as if I'd walked out of a burning building. "Did that bitch just lick you?" "Yep." "Boy, go wash your damn ear." Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. And that's what I did. Not sure why it wasn't one of the first things I thought to do, but it didn't occur to me until she said it. When I got back to the desk, Selma said, shaking her head, "You got drunk women licking your ears up in here? Boy, wait till I tell your wife." I laughed. Yeah, she probably ain't gonna like the story when I tell her. "You gonna tell her?" "Yeah, I pretty much tell her everything. It's just easier that way. No lies to keep track of, so I can't get caught lying." Learned that one the hard way. I think most things I learned the hard way, or at least watched someone else learn the hard way. I laughed. "You washed your ear?" "Yes, Selma, I washed my ear." "Here, put some hand sanitizer on it." No, I'm good. No hand sanitizer for my ears, thank you. Selma didn't know it, but I'd been there and done that once before and never would again. But alas, that is a tale for another time.